Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here on July 17th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, on our August live cattle, we did see price just balancing out right inside the prior day's range. Good back and forth action here. Did see price selling off early today, pushing down here, finding support near the prior day's lows, as well as showing the bulls step in and defend this bull pivot here at 222.37. Seeing price coming off those lows and closing up there at 223.65, showing good recovery by the bulls here today. On our lower time frame, we can see how our big picture and low time frame uptrends still remain intact. We continue to see higher highs and higher lows here at the moment. We did see price balancing out right inside that prior day's range, like we discussed. Good support here, good pushback by the bulls, defending this bull pivot. Good consolidation here late in the day, putting up pressure on this 223.75, 223.80 area. As we head into tomorrow, we do see we have a pretty high concentration of volume here, right around this 223 to 224 range. If we are able to get above this 223.80, as well as today's high up there at 224 and a quarter, bids above that, we should see this thing get to rolling higher and continue this big picture uptrend. At the moment, everything's looking strong and healthy as this market continues to climb. We do have a lot of build up here, so if we do get some bids rolling in above that, look for this thing to springboard higher into the close for the week. Tomorrow is the last trading day of the week, so I'll be looking for a nice strong finish here by the bulls if they want to keep this thing rolling higher and keep that momentum as they head into the next week. We do just want to be cautious if we do start to see some acceptance or a breakdown here below this 222 level and see price trading back below that bear pivot. We could see a pullback kind of get underway as we are hanging out up here in overbought territory. But at the moment, the wind is at the bulls back, and we should see this market continue to climb up here into the mid 220s and potentially push up towards 230. Look for the bulls to finish the week strong tomorrow. Over to the feeder market now. Similar action with prices hanging steady inside the prior day's range. Finding good support here right around the middle of the prior day's range. Like the August fat cattle, we are seeing pressure building up here. Good consolidation between 324 and 326, building up a good amount of volume here. A lot of equal highs here so far between last week and the current week. If the bulls are able to push this thing back above that bull pivot up there at 325.77 and see the current week's high up there at 326.5 get cleared, we should see those bids start to roll in, break out of this range we've been in for the last 4 or 5 days, and really get this thing rolling back up here towards 330 and potentially beyond. Big picture uptrend remains intact. Everything's looking good and strong here over in the feeder market. Look for those bulls to try and bid this market up and finish this week on a high note. Going over to the corn market now. Did see price settling back and trading inside the prior day's range here as well. Good rejection at that 20-day moving average by the bears, putting in some good resistance up there and trying to reverse this market up there at 425. At the moment, we are seeing good rejection, good consolidation here around this 20-day moving average. This big picture downtrend still remains intact, so if we do get some follow through below today's low down there at 419.5, we could see the bears really kick back into gear and see some more selling pressure, push this thing back down to new contract lows, and look to go after that $4 mark here in this corn market. However, if we do start to see continued upside here, be looking for resistance to step in up in the 430 to 435 area. We do have plenty of overhead supply and resistance, so the bulls are going to have a hard time really getting any serious traction here. If we don't see that follow through to the downside here tomorrow, we'll just be waiting for another rejection opportunity as we head into next week up at a higher price. But be looking for this corn market to continue getting cheaper. Let's head over to the crude oil market. Today we did see price rallying off and that bear pivot down there at 66.5. Price just continues to chop up here, not really picking any good directions at the moment. We are seeing today we are rolling over into the September contract out of the August crude oil contract. So tomorrow that September contract will be the front month, and we'll start to dive into that September contract for next week at the moment. So that's why we're seeing this market open up down here below the bull pivot. If we look at our just September contract, we are just hanging steady right up here near the current day's highs. Look for this market to continue being choppy. Not a whole lot of directional bias here at the moment. Look for continued chop over in the crude oil market. Over in the equity side of things, we did see a nice rally here across the board. Each of our indexes closing on a high note here today. The S&P pushing up towards the top end of this range and having a nice strong close at the high of the day. And so far here in the evening session, we are seeing this thing push up into new all-time high here on the futures contracts. Same story over in the NASDAQ, breaking out of this range, pushing up, closing up here at a new all-time high. This NASDAQ continues to lead as the tech sector remains very strong. As well, and then the Dow is lagging here a little bit, but showing good support at that 20-day moving average yesterday, and a good follow through to the upside here today, picking up some ground. Look for this Dow to start heading back towards a new all-time high and play catch up with the S&P and the NASDAQ. Stock market remains healthy. Looks like we could have another leg higher in us at the moment, so continue to stay long and ride this nice healthy uptrend that we've got in this equity market. That's all we got for tonight. Everyone have a good evening. We'll see you over the weekend for week 29.